Here we are into March already, so it's time for a quick plot tour. Everything's been done it all last week. Leeks starting to grow again, eating them, very nice. Onions, I did try them the other day and they're very, very wet, but I have got seeds, so if they all start to die then I'll replace them with the seeds. Cabbages, not as big as I'd like, but you get a meal from them. That area's ready for the peas, which will be going in two weeks, probably 2 or 3 weeks. I've got some grown in the other greenhouse. For some reason I moved everything about, the tables, and I moved this over here, this little greenhouse. But I'm going to take it out and put it in the shed, the new shed, and then put a potting bench in here. I was thinking about taking the slabs up at the end, and so I've got room to grow 3 more cucumbers in there. But we'll see what happens when it happens. Cold frame, got the onion seeds in I talked about. I'm doing a Charles Dowding on them ones anyway. Some I'm growing singly, the exhibition ones, but on them I'm growing 10 in a module, and when they're a decent size I will pick them as spring onions and leave about 3 or 4 left, and then the others can grow larger until they're proper onions and we can pick them then. I'm trying to clean all of this, but it's been left all winter, it's a mess. I'll just have to wait till it's a bit drier. My dad's shed, I've done the front of it, I'll show you in a bit. I need to do this back, look at this. It's just collapsed. When the windows were off at the front, when I took them all out, the wind just blew this out, this corner. So, I mean, look how old is that wood. Look at it, it's just completely rotten. So all of this side's going to be done, but the good thing is I've got all the wood, I've got all the windows, so it won't be too difficult. Sprouts, now, they're more like colettes when they sort of blow. I've seen somebody try them the other day and I thought I'd try them, and they're actually really nice. Some black kale, more cabbage in there, and the purple sprouting is ready. What is it, March? A bit early I thought, but I suppose it'll carry on until May. But yeah, should have the first picking of that today or tomorrow. Spinach started to grow again, but the pigeons ate it, so I've covered it with old CD racking. Usually works, I usually do that with the lettuce, but hopefully the spinach start growing again and we'll be able to have some next month. When I was digging the back, I found this buried. Now, I've never heard of Garden Store, I don't know if anybody else has, but I thought that must be really, really old, because I can never ever remember him digging that bit up. And I've put buddleias on there, which I've only just taken out, and that's how I found this. But I did notice in the corner there's a barcode, so it can't be that old. Potatoes starting to come up, so I'm starting to cover them with more compost. I've got some broad beans in the other greenhouse. The first sowings are coming up quite well. Peas in there, sweet peas. Some Nemesia, leeks, and lots of dahlias, all from last year. And so far, out of all of them, only 2 are coming up. And there's more potatoes there. My dad's daffodils are doing nice. He used to pick them and give them to my mum. Maybe I should pick them and give some to Joe. So are they too far over, maybe? I don't know. This is the area I dug up. 2 big buddleias. And there's one left on the end, a small one, but I don't know whether to leave that or dig it up. I mean, I suppose I should dig it up, really. But all of this is going to be for courgettes. So I think it's perfect for growing courgettes, just the right width. Should get about 4 or 5 in there. I sieved all of this soil in there. I don't think I'm going to use them two, because I've got 2 there for carrots, which again were sieved, and I've sown some seeds in there last week. They're not coming up yet. And then we'll have 2 for parsnips, and that's all we need really. Don't need any more than that. One of the miniature buddleias that I took out, was it called Buzz? It's a cross between orange and purple, very nice. Still growing, whether it carries on growing I don't know. And here is Black Prince. It looks like the frosters had that, but they're still growing. And the one here, which is Buddleia globosa, a yellow one, that's still growing. Whether they do or not, I don't know. Here's the engine of the allotment where I grow all my seeds. So there's plenty of brassicas, pointy cabbages, Savoy cabbage, summer cabbage, and some other stuff as well, cauliflower, lettuce. That's some lobelia. What I've done with that, I bought some last year and it was 3 different colours. So I bought a packet of white, red and blue, and I sprinkled a little bit of each in a cell, and hopefully there'll be 3 colours, which would be great. More cabbages, and there's some carnations there, some onions, a load of seeds I've put in, beetroot and everything, more sweet peas. I've got a lot of sweet peas this year, which is good. There are some broad beans, the first sowing, which are looking really good. I did put them in this greenhouse at first and a rat took them all out, put them under the table and ate them. So I replanted. I think I had 80 plants, 80 seeds originally went in, and there was 30 left, so the rat had 50 seeds, but they're doing all right. Sarracenia, pitcher plants, and sundews, all carnivorous plants. I leave them in the greenhouse over the summer. Now there are 5, 10, 15, 20 cuttings of my mum's rose. Having to sell the house because my brother died, and I want to take cuttings of the plants that are in there. And this rose is over 50 years old, and it was my mum's rose. I think it's Queen Elizabeth. And so let's hope at least one of them takes, or a couple of them. I can have one at the allotment and one at home. Got some peas in the gutter down there. I was doing nothing with the gutter in, so I thought, why not put peas in? And that's what Jeff Hamilton used to do as well. And some more gutter in there with peas. I was just about to say it's old seed and I don't think they're coming up. I can see a little shoot just coming up there. So that's good news. But I'll probably have, because it's old seed, I'll probably have 3 seedlings coming up out of the whole lot. But I've got more seed. If that happens, I'll put more in again. I'll soon catch up. These are all the miniature apple trees. There's loads of them, all different varieties. And underneath, I usually have in the summer a wildflower meadow. It's got lots of different types of wildflowers, but I do like primroses, and I think they're daffodil tate. I moved some snowdrops there from somewhere else, so hopefully they'll come up next year. Got a load of Nautia macedonica, I think that's how you pronounce it. And they're all looking good. Them ones there don't do very well, so I'm thinking of digging the first 3 out, maybe putting one here and putting dahlias all down there. They look nice, but again, nothing's been decided as yet. This is where the potatoes are going to go, and this is where the runner beans are going to go. Now the plastic netting is, well, it lasts for about 2 or 3 years. It's rubbish and it just disintegrates. So this year I'm going to put some chicken wire all on it, and hopefully it lasts 10 years. I'll put the cloches over the soil to dry the soil, because as soon as the beetroot are a decent size, I will plant them in there with the lettuce and maybe some spring onions. and I brought that from home. Don't look very good at home. To put some sweet peas in at the end, so they will encourage the bees to pollinate the runner beans. I broke the key in the lock. I've got another one, but forgot the drill, so I can't do it today. Water butts are all full of water. Every time I take some out of water stuff, they fill right back up again. Don't know what I'm going to put in there yet. Needs to be painted, dug over. A little bit is rotten at the back, so it needs to be replaced, and not sure what to grow in there yet. That needs to be cleaned out. All the grass needs to be taken out. I might put a little raised bed on there and grow something in there as well. Again, not quite sure what. The parsnips have been fantastic. If you sieve your compost and put a bit of sand in, a bit of feed, and put your parsnip seed directly in there, thin them out a bit, and you get fantastic straight parsnips. Right, this is my dad's shed so far. I think I've done a pretty decent job out of that. The only problems are when I put the putty in, it rained for about a week after, and some of the putty is like dribbled, and it took ages to harden up. So some of it I will sand, some of it I might redo, but when it's definitely warmer. I need some glass glue. Well, I've got some glass glue, but I can't find it to glue that piece of glass together. And then I can take tape off. I will put some putty in the bottom because there are holes in the bottom, so it definitely needs to be put in there again when it's warmer. And then I will take the paint off and clean the windows. When I say take the paint off the glass and clean the windows, and it will look as good as it did the day it was originally done. I moved that rose from where the buddleias were as well. It's growing, which is a great sign. Rose Jeff Hamilton. As soon as I take the meshing off, the deer eat it. They love roses, so I'm going to leave it on until it flowers, hopefully for the first time. I bought some cheap roses, one there which is red. It is something which I cannot remember, and there's a purple one there. But they're all doing well. This is a cutting I took a few years ago. French one called Madame Plantier. And there's a cutting I took there a few years ago, which is High Grove, and they're doing alright. And that I got from the pound shop, Golden Showers behind. And that one is Time to Pass, which cost me about £3. So it's not bad for the allotment, is it? So I think that's it for today. Hope you've seen at least one idea that you might be able to use. But for now, got a couple more jobs, so I'm going to go home, because hopefully by then it'll be beer o'clock. So, bye bye.